Hello everybody, Antoinette's back. I'm going to show you today how to do quarantine pebbles. Okay, so let us start. Now the first thing first is you have two blank pebbles. This one is for your quarantine one with the masked face, and this one is for the be safe one. Now what we first do with these two blank rocks is we first have to wash them. Now after we have washed them and cleaned them and rinse them with soap and water, we let them dry in the sun, as I said in my previous videos. And then if they are dry and fine, then we can start. And then when we start, we make them white. Just make first your white layer after you washed your pebble, and then you do your design. So what we first do is, when we have our white pebble, we're gonna, especially now when we do this one, we make this first. But I'm just showing you, I just painted this pebble blue, so I'm going to show you this one. And you, after your white coating, you do your blue coating or green coating or red, whatever you decide or whatever you have at the moment. And when this is dry, then you can start with the next stage. So there is your blue pebble. Now this one will be white because we're going to do this one with the pens, and this one I did with paint and pens. Okay, so with this one we're going to do the next step, and this is by doing the design. And this one of these I made. So I made one beforehand, as I said, for time constraints. I drew it beforehand with a liquid chalk pen like this. But if you don't have a liquid chalk pen, you can use a chalk pen like this. You get it in various colors, or a pencil. Or you can just, if you're creative, you can just start with the fine lining of the outline. And I use an outline like this to use my designs. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you on this one how I did this. And then you can see what it was. Okay, so I'm going to show you. You can start any place. There's no thing where to start. You just do this, because this can go off later as well, because it's a chalk pen. And then just lightly draw it like this, and then you know, okay, this will be the front or the back. You can decide which side you want to do. Okay, so this side is closer to the bottom, and that side will be the eyes, or this side will be the text. So I'm going to use this side because it's smaller for the eyes, and then I just do this, because you're gonna paint over this, just to give you a guide of where something must go. So this will be your design, and then it's done for now, because it must dry. You can also outline it with a black. You can use a black Posca pen, or as I said, the outline, to give you an idea and to finalize your design. Okay, so that is the next part. Then you do the outlining and let it dry. And then you can also use your Posca white pen, because you already painted it. You can do this with paint as well, but if you're not good with the paint or brush, then you just use this. You see the outline, the Posca pen has paint in it. It's a paint pen, and it's easy to use, and you let it dry. And again, what you do is this part, you just color in like this. And again, because it's a paint pen, you let it dry. So you do this, a paint pen, you must do it in layers, otherwise it can make marks. You see? And then the detail there. Just like that side. just going along with the line, because that was your previous line, just to give you an idea where to draw. And that's how your little guy looks before all the detail comes. So let it dry at first, then we go on with the next one. So there, that's one. We're gonna let it dry for now. So now this little guy, it's a bit more work, but it's also quick with the pens, especially if you don't have the paint. Okay, you can use any color for the face. I just made a brown face, but you can make any color like you want. Okay, so to start with this, again, you have your white pebble, but you're gonna draw on it. So what you do is you draw your outline, and your outline will look like this. So this will be your area for the mask, and that area will be your head for the cover of the hat, and this will be your little face. So then what you do is you're gonna color this now in when you're done. So I'm quickly gonna show you how I did this part, and then you know what to do yourself. You start like this, just slowly along the line, and remember it's a paint pen, so it's wet, and you must slowly do it that it doesn't smear. You go on the outline like this, and you connect it, and then what you do is you just do the lines just one way. If you find out that the Posca pens or the chalk pens or whatever is best for you, then you do what the best is for you. If you don't have this, then use paint. But this is just a different ways. I just want to show you how you can do this. So again, you go with the next layer, and you can do the first layer, and if the first layer is not too fine for you and you want a bit thicker, then you just let the first layer dry, and then you go to your next layer. You see how nice it works? And there you go. There is your first layer. And as I said, if it's not fine for you, you can do your second layer as well. But usually you will see when it's fine. If it doesn't need a second layer, then that is enough. Because in the end, you will seal your pebble anyway. So yeah, that's your first layer for your head. I'm just not going to show you the rest because it's going to take time consuming. I want to show you the rest of the details. So there is your first part of this pebble. So then the second part of this guy is we want to use the outline for the face. So then I use a white. And how I do this is because it's the hospital head mask, and so we're gonna outline it. So we start there and we overlay it like this. And then again, remember, if you do your face, you must make your type of a diamond shape, because remember, you're going to connect the part of the face from that corner to that corner down, and the same on this side, from that corner to down. So it must look like a mask when you're done. Okay, so again, you take this corner, slowly you connect it to the end, and again it looks like a baby's diaper, but it looks funny in the beginning, but that's just how to make your picture. You see, and then you want to do the mask. So again, you outline this and you outline this, and there you have your outline. There you have it. Let it dry. Okay, now back to this little guy. Do this. Because it stands out. And remember, you did this just with the chalk pen, so now you're going over it until the side, and then you close it. Again over it until you close it. The same here, you go over it, close it. There you go. The same with this side. Close it. And again. And there you have this part done. And when you detail, this guy goes quickly because he doesn't have much to do. So then you just have to give the detail of the mask. So then you just start. And you give it a middle line, but you can do any creation, any design what you want. This is just to show you that it at least looks like a mask. And there you go. There's the black detail of the little guy's eye looking over his mask. And when you're done with this part, you take your white Posca pen and you just say, be safe. Because we all want to be safe. And there you have your mask one. We did our part like this, and then it will look like this. Okay, so now we're going to give him some detail because we want to finish him as well. Giving him eyes, so you do this. And you color it in. There you go, his eyes is done. But another flower, so we're going to put this flower this side, and we do that. And while that part is drying, we give him some detail. So we give the mask his detail. It looks like a little smile, but there you go, that's his detail. And then when the eyes are dry, you just give him some detail in his eye to make it more realistic, and then give him a flower because he must be happy. You can make anything, you can make dots, whatever you like. Just play because it's your pebbles that you are going to create. And have fun. And then just give him a heart or whatever, because we must help each other and be lovely with love. And there is this little guy finished and done. Let it dry, and when it's dry, then you seal it with the gloss varnish from Zellcraft. It's a bit wet at the moment, so I can't seal it now, but you know, you just give it one layer, let it dry, and that is that. I hope I could inspire you to do some quarantine pebbles, and please do share. Let me know. Thank you very much. Bye bye.